This is Q Radio. Better music, local news.
Better music, local news. This is Q Radio. Now, earlier on today, I had the privilege of talking to Joe McElderry. You know him from the X Factor. He's going to be performing in Northern Ireland next weekend, actually Sunday, the 15th of March at the Grand Opera House in Belfast. And then he's moving west to the Millennium Forum in Derry/Londonderry on Monday, the 16th of March. So first off, I started asking him about his brand new tour, the Evolution Tour.
Well, the Evolution Tour, this is my first time actually bringing a tour over, a solo tour over here, so I'm excited, first of all, for that. And it's one of the very few acoustic stripped back shows that we're doing as well. So it's me, guitar, piano, and it's kind of taking you through all of material, you know, over the past 5 years of the 4 albums that I've done. And it's just obviously you get a bit of the pop, bit of the classical, some new material as well. It's a real mix of all the stuff that I've done.
And I take it, Joe, the whole Evolution name is really, you know, you changing from being a boy to a man, and how you're kind of changing musically and all that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've changed a lot over the years. My voice has matured quite a bit in the past 5 years. Obviously I've had different experiences musically, so I kind of, the whole point of this show is to kind of show everybody that and take them on that kind of musical story that I've been on a bit as well, through songs, obviously.
Have you always been musical, Joe? I mean, has it always been in your bones? I mean, did you do any kind of musical training when you were younger or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to do it until I was about 15 years old. I was petrified even standing in front of like one person, never mind lots, you know, like a big audience. So it took me by surprise kind of as much, I think, as it did like me family and friends. But once I started doing it and I got the confidence, like I've never kind of stopped having that passion since.
So the X Factor, Joe, everyone of course knows you from the X Factor, you know, love it or hate it, but would you recommend it? I mean, did you have a good time on the X Factor?
100%. I mean, you know, the thing with the X Factor is it gets a bit of flack in the press and stuff, and people give it a bit of a hard time, but you have to think, if you look back over the years of how many people it's given an opportunity to in a platform, that you couldn't even pay for. Money couldn't buy that platform of performing to that many people. So yeah, I mean, it's been incredible for me, and obviously it was the stepping stone that kind of everything's led from since then. So without that, I wouldn't be still doing what I'm doing now. So I feel very lucky, you know, that I was able to be a part of a show like that, and I loved it. I had a great time doing it.
Now, Joe, of course, you've been performing in Belfast at the Odyssey with the X Factor, but is this the first time you've ever performed in Derry/Londonderry?
Yes, it is. I haven't performed there before, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting the people of Derry.
A lot of people are wondering about your surname, Joe. Is it Joe McElderry or is it Joe McElLondonderry? That's a topic of conversation over here. Maybe you can clear that up for us.
Well, I didn't know whether to call it Londonderry or Derry. I asked somebody that this morning.
I reckon just call it both, Joe. Call it both and you'll be alright. Now, what would you say, Joe, to someone who's just sitting at home right now and thinking about buying a ticket, but they just haven't done it just yet? What would you say to them to get them up off their bum and away to buy a ticket?
Come along. It's a fun show. It's very interactive with the audience. If you want to come along and sing and dance, you can. There's songs for you to just sit back and listen to. And I really involve the audience in my shows, and I try and make it accessible to all ages. And I try and put something in there musically for everyone. So if you're not a fan of one style of song that I've done, but you're the other, I try and incorporate them all into the show. So I try and make it the best night possible for people.
So tell me this, right, as a little kind of exclusive, are you going to finish off, because I know you do this from time to time, with Nessun Dorma?
Oh, you'll have to wait and see.
Thanks very much, Joe. Thanks for taking time out to talk to us.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Better music, local news. This is Q Radio.